In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build the perfect cost-effective team for your scalable content marketing machine. Let's do this. So when it comes to your team, there's various stages you're going to go through, but before you start to hire anybody, it's important to understand the skills that you need. Because when you first start getting going, there is going to be one person that's playing multiple roles, and that's just the way it usually starts out. Like when I first started, I was pretty much doing all the work except for the video editing. So to get started, let's first dig into the skills that you're going to need in your team. So first, let's start off with the subject matter expert. Every leadership-based content marketing strategy must include a subject matter expert that your buyers trust and find credible. You can use guests and interview thought leaders, but it might be hard to keep up with the content schedule without somebody in-house. Long-term, you want to have control over your own destiny, so ideally, you have this resource in-house. And truthfully, in the beginning, in most companies, this is going to be the CEO or the CTO or one of the founders. Next, let's talk about the architect. The architect is the strategist that orchestrates the program and is accountable for the business results. The person who can build all the frameworks and put all the pieces together. Like we'll have this event here and then we'll repackage that content for this channel over here. The one that's responsible for making sure that the content creation, post-production, and distribution gets done. Plus that the insights from those actions are collected and then used. If someone doesn't own the final business results, it's easy to get caught up in executing and checking boxes, but not having the mechanism to evaluate and improve quickly enough to make a real impact with your audience and your business. Next up is the creative. The creative is responsible for producing, shooting, and editing content, and likely has platform-specific experience that helps capture attention, respects the norms of the given platforms like TikTok versus LinkedIn, so that your message is actually consumed on any given platform. And up next is the distributor. This is the person that understands the dynamics of each social platform so the content makes an impact. Think grassroots, like a political campaign. You got boots on the ground and people knocking on doors. And the distributor is engaging with people on social media through comments. The distributor is also making sure that all the content that's posted on social media is linking back to any long-form content that it may have come from, such as a podcast or a live show. Now again, if this is a small company or a program that's just getting off the ground, it could be that one person is playing 3 or 4 of these roles. A few years ago, it would be impossible for one person to have all the skills to execute on each of these. But with tools like Descript, in stage 1, it is possible for the CEO or a founder of a company to be the subject matter expert, the architect, the distributor, and the video editor with an easy tool like Descript. But right out of the gate, it is going to be easier if you have a video editor to help you. Usually the CEO or founder is going to be playing many of the roles in the development of the program. In stage 2 of the program, you're definitely going to have that video editor in place. Again, this is going to be the person that can shoot the content, can edit the content, and post-produce it for social media. But the CEO is still going to be playing the subject matter expert and the architect and the distributor. And the distributor role is very important at this stage because that is where you collect the insights for making better content. It's also where you're gathering customer feedback so that you can improve your products. So while most people think of the distributor as just someone that's posting to social media, which is easily devalued by a lot of leadership, founders, and CEOs, it's probably one of the most important jobs in this entire content marketing program. Once you've mastered stage 2 and you start to move to stage 3, this is where your program starts to expand a little bit. The next role I suggest you hire for is content operations. Again, this role wouldn't have been possible several years ago. A lot of people talk about social media managers, which I really think is an outdated role. What you really need are people that are passionate about content creation and that are developing the skills to create content and help you in your content workflow. And somebody that's good at content operations can do light video editing with a tool like Descript. They can write copy. They can do graphics and tools like Canva, and they're also savvy enough to do distribution of content onto social media. And now we're starting to see that the CEO has a lighter load, and they're able to focus in on being the subject matter expert and just executing the content marketing plan successfully. And again, you still have your video editor who's able to crank out videos. And now that stage 3 is running smoothly, we can start to think about stage 4. This looks a lot like stage 3, except that we're scaling out the number of video editors and the number of content operations personnel that we have on our team. The CEO is still acting as subject matter expert and running the program as the architect. And it's really this final stage where you can really build out your scalability. You finally hired out for the architect role. It may be somebody from the outside or somebody that's coming from up the ranks from the content operation side of things. And now the CEO is able to just be the subject matter expert. And then we can continue to scale out the video editors and also personnel in the content operations team. And that's really how you should be thinking about building out a modern, scalable, cost-effective content marketing team. So as always, if you found this video valuable, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and it also tells me what type of content you want to see next. And until that video, I hope you have a good week, and I will see you on the next video.